You know, sometimes you just want an easy weeknight meal. Something really good, though. You're going to love this one. Oh, yeah. Do the garlic. Alrighty. There we go. Well, howdy folks. Welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Stuart and this is Texas Cooking Today. And today it's going to be a delicious dish. This is a fettuccine dish. So I'm going to be doing a chicken and broccoli fettuccine Alfredo. This is one of my easy weeknight meals, and this is, believe it or not, a weeknight. It is now about 6:30. I finished with my day work, and I'm ready to get on with my dinner, and I thought I would share it with you. Also, I wanted to share one other thing with you. Please, number one, do me a favor. If you've never subscribed to Texas Cooking Today, well, please consider doing that. Click the subscribe button, that bell. Don't forget to turn your, in your settings to turn on your notifications. That way you always know when people that you're subscribed to, when they're going to be posting. Do me another favor. Comments, I really appreciate. Thumbs up, always appreciate. And this stuff. This was sent to me by a company called Wild Grains. I've begun an affiliate association with them, and I've got a link right down in my description box for this product. Actually, it's a whole lot of product. What they do is a monthly subscription box for breads, pastas, and pastries. And from what I've had already, they've got some remarkable stuff. Okay, so what I have here is a semolina pasta that's fresh. And you keep these things frozen in your refrigerator, or excuse me, in the freezer, and then pull them out when you want them and just go to cooking. That way you have something nice and fresh to enjoy. And with this meal, which is going to be an all fresh meal, because we're doing a fresh fettuccine, and I'm just using some nice chicken and broccoli. I've got the chicken on in the refrigerator at the moment. This stuff, if you're interested, check out that link that I have in my description box. If you use that, they provide me with a commission on the purchase that you decide on. Okay, if you decide to do that. And if you would like to see what the whole thing is about, I did an unboxing video for Wild Grains. So if you would, that was just a couple of days ago. Take a look at that. It's really cool. I'm going to enjoy this fettuccine, I know. I think they have wonderful products, and I'm just waiting to dig into this. So this dish, easy weeknight meal. You've seen what I've started with. Getting the water started, I got to get it boiling. At the same time, I'm going to make the Alfredo sauce, And that is so easy. So don't shy away from this. Come on over, let me show you how it's done. Okay, so I've got this burner on back, getting my water heating. That's where I start. Now here, the butter, I've got 3 tablespoons of butter down in this, and I'm just going to get this heating. Now I'm going to heat this on a medium temperature, so medium flame. And folks, when I say Alfredo is simple, it really is. Now I'm going to be doing a nice garlicky Alfredo. So I've got some garlic right here. I'm just going to put this down to give myself a little less counter cleanup. Hey, that makes life easy. So I have 4 cloves of garlic here. That will make a nice garlicky Alfredo. Now folks, I do not leave the garlic in the sauce, all right? I want a nice smooth, creamy sauce. So the garlic flavors the butter that goes into the sauce. And then from there we get busy making it. Got this butter that's mostly melted. Let's go ahead and get this garlic in there. Now, I just do nothing more than crush these. That one's crushing really easy. All right. There we go. Get those cooking. So it's as simple as you only have to fry the garlic in the butter for just, no more than 1.5 to 2 minutes. What we're doing here is just getting the oil out of the garlic into the butter to create that garlicky essence. And when you do it this way, it really comes across well, okay? So I'm showing you that because this is my favorite method. It works like a charm. So down to medium-low on my temperature because I don't want that butter getting too hot. With the solids still in the butter, it can brown quite easily. A little browning doesn't hurt. Pardon me making that noise. I know it's a little noisy, but it's not bad. So here I am with this beautiful butter all ready to go. All I need to do is get some cream down in this. So all I have to do here is bring this up to temperature. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's where you're going to need that cooking thermometer. Get out my trusty old cooking thermometer here. And I'll check this in a couple of minutes after I start to kind of get a feeling that it's warming up. When the milk, or excuse me, in this case cream, this is heavy cream, when this comes up to about 140 degrees, that's when I start putting in the cheese, okay? And I'll lower the temperature a bit and I'll try to keep it somewhere in the neighborhood of 150 to 160, and that way the cheese melts in nice, quickly, easily, and it does well. Now I'm going to caution you, when you use cheese for this dish, get you a block of Parmesan, shred that stuff, because you need that cheese as fresh as possible. If it's stuff that comes pre-grated, that's usually too dry, it will not melt into this. If it's the pre-shredded, sometimes you can get away with it if it's fresh enough. But that real fine grated stuff does not work well. Okay, I'm getting a temperature of 148, so it's coming up. I'll just start working in my cheese. Now, I don't throw it all in at once. I put a small handful in, 1 or 2, and when that starts getting mostly completely melted and it's starting to work into that cream, that's when I start adding some more. But you see right now it's still very much unmelted. It's just hanging out in clumps on the whisk. And when you lift your whisk up, it'll tell you exactly everything you need to know. I'm going to lower my temperature to a low. So now I've got steam coming off of this. I don't want it to get too hot. Otherwise we're going to turn that cream into cheese, and that's not the idea here. That's when you get a separated, broken, curdled mess. It won't be happy. Okay, so you see how I'm getting this melting and it's dripping off of the whisk. Add a little more cheese. I want to say also a pinch of salt. Even though you have a lot of salt, a lot of sodium going on in this cheese, just a little extra is going to cause the sauce to really pop in its flavor. Yeah. Okay, not much left. Okay, I'm getting just a little bit of just slight runniness, slight stringiness on the tines of the whisk, so I think I'm just about there. I'll stir that again in just a minute. Now I need to get this fettuccine opened up and down in the water because I'm sure right now this is boiling. Oh yeah, looky there. And here's my lid for the fettuccine. So let's get some salt down in that water. Be careful when you get that salt in there because it erupts a little bit. Now they say to take this just frozen, just like it is, and go straight into your boiling water with it. And that's what's on the instructions. Yeah. All right. So we're going to be stirring this now, getting it all mixed in nice and pretty. And that's where tongs are just wonderful. And we don't want this stuff sticking together as it comes to a boil, and don't want it cooking together. That's kind of messy. So we stir it to make sure that doesn't happen. This cooks in about 6 to 8 minutes. So let it do its thing. Over here in my fry pan, I'm going to get that turned on and we're going to get it to start heating up. Okay, I'm getting this pan ready to sear. And if I put some water in it, it sizzles off quickly. The pan's not really hot enough. When that water kind of beads up and rolls around, I'll be able to get good searing at that point. And what I like about homemade pasta, and it already looks just right, the texture on the outside of the noodle is not the same as what you get from a dried pasta, all right? It's a little more kind of grainy in its texture. It also has a firmer bite to it, and it's really super good. So the al dente side of it comes out better. Okay, here we go. There you are. So you can see what happens there. That water is forming a vapor barrier between the pan and the water droplet. And it was sizzling off over here, so this is a little cooler. That's the reason I slid my pan back a little to make sure it was good and hot. Now don't get it too hot because you don't want to smoke your oil the minute you put it in there. Not good to smoke the oil that you're going to cook in. I'm just using a little bit of olive oil. There we are. There's my chicken. I had that in the refrigerator, so it kind of firmed up just a little bit. So when you get this in the oil, just let it sit there and cook, folks. There's no rush here. What we're looking for is browning at this point. We're getting that sear going on. Add a little salt. Okay, now I'm about 5 minutes in on the cook on my pasta. And of course, as a chef, that always makes me curious. So I want to find out where it's at. So I take one noodle out, I blow on it to cool it off. I'll test it, see how it chews, and I'll know if it's ready or not. Very good. So wasn't that easy? So now we got an Alfredo sauce and a pasta that's ready. Our chicken is coming along. The pasta is going to hold, and I'm going to be coating it lightly with some olive oil, which gives it a banging good flavor. Don't worry, the sauce still sticks to it. Now, sometimes when you're doing this to your chicken, you'll get a little bit of moisture release that can inhibit cooking. And if you have, you may have put too much chicken in the pan. That happens. And sometimes you just get really juicy chicken, especially if it was brined or anything like that. All right, my noodles are drained. And this is important. It's so very simple. Just a little bit of olive oil. Toss it. And it does a couple of things. Number one, even if this pasta sets up a little bit, if I just jiggle it a little bit, it'll break loose instantly because of the oil that was there. The other neat thing is it flavors it. Okay, so the chicken is showing that it's cooked all the way around. I'm going to go ahead and put in that broccoli. Add a little more oil for the broccoli. And don't worry about that liquid in the chicken. That's going to fry out. Some of it can mix in and cook with the broccoli. It's going to give a great flavor in a minute. So this is just a matter of be patient with it. Okay, that's been just a couple of minutes. I'm going to gently sprinkle a little salt over the broccoli. I've already got the chicken earlier. Now these, go ahead and give them a stir. And I'm seeing a little bit of caramelization on some of it, just a little bit. So we're in the beginning of getting that color. Now folks, yeah, things are starting to get tender now, and don't worry, I'm not going to overcook the broccoli. What we're going to do is we're going to get it nice and well browned, okay? Now I'm getting that beautiful aroma that I was wanting. You can tell from the aroma, and I just haven't touched it, as you see. Look at that. Let's see what that, look at that. We're getting that brown on the broccoli now. There's where our flavor is, right there. It's just been hiding from us. Now this is only going to take a moment more, because once you hit the stage where it starts doing this, it just goes very quick. So we're going to give it about another minute to 2 minutes, and this pan is ready to go. That's what I was looking for. Okay, burner is off. I want to let that rest for just a moment, and then my plate is ready to make. All right, I think I have a meal ready to go right here. All I have to do, get it going. Now, okay, as I mentioned, sometimes it'll stick still. See what happened there? So watch this. Little jiggle. There we go. All comes apart. Little jiggle. And that pasta is ready for a meal. Beautiful. We got this. It's just, oh man, something for the dog right there. She's gonna love me for that. And frankly, I might find this easier using my tongs. Yeah, sure enough. They always work out better for me. My number one, probably most used tool in the kitchen, other than my knives, that would be my tongs. They're great. There we go. Now, for the sauce. That beautiful, elegant sauce. And don't worry, that wasn't separating. It was a little slight amount of skinning on top, but not enough to worry about. Oh yeah, isn't that gorgeous? Boy, I've been looking forward to this little gem. That is chicken and broccoli fettuccine Alfredo that anybody should love. Oh man, that was the relief I was wanting, that back relief. Oh man, beautiful noodles. Oh wow, just love fresh pasta. And remember, that stuff, that's the wild grains pasta. My affiliate link right down in the description box. And again, if you click on that and decide to purchase, I do get a commission on that, and I do appreciate you doing that. Also, please subscribe. It's Texas Cooking Today. Click the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and also click the bell on that subscribe so you get notifications of when I post new videos. You know, good stuff like this. All right, so thanks for watching. Drop me a comment, and folks, please have a good day. Bye-bye.